finals. And we're looking for final 10 players who will compete in the Midnight Madness travelling team, or compete on the Midnight Madness travelling team. And they'll actually be going over to the United States to play a series of games.
Okay, it sounds like there's a lot of basketball players out there trying to qualify for this thing. And again, regionally, this is the players that came and proved it on the day. They're part of the top 30. That being said, for some of the younger guys like Leon Bennett Harris and some of the 15, 16-year-olds, for them to make it onto the elite court, for under 21's division, it's a good achievement. A good achievement for them. They've kind of proven themselves against a lot older players. So for them, if they don't make it all the way through, this is a learning curve for them to see in future years. And maybe what they need to do is get their game to the level of qualification. On the court now in red, we have number 19. That's Nathan Oyenuga from Oxford. A couple of Oxford guys actually on this team. There's one player in particular that I wanted to kind of take a look at. He was a fantastic athlete.
Wow.
Yeah,
that was Junior Jack, I think.
What number was that? I just hit that.
I missed the number, but I recognised it. I think it was Junior Jack.
Okay. Junior Jack is the younger brother of Jerome Jack, well-known player to us. Skilled 2-3 guy. Number 31.
Mantis for the jump. Tough basket inside.
Number 5, red, is Suleiman Amoko, 5'9" player, unattached at present. It's 31, red, which is Yemi Hassan. Into the lane, and good. Once again, the team in white's holding court. This is their third game in a row?
Yeah.
Third game in a row, so they'll be racking up those points, because each time you get a team win at Midday Madness, it's worth 3, because although we're statistically analysing their games and giving them a player efficiency rating through our stat system, the number one stat is team wins, because we always want to promote team play. It's not about coming out here and being a ball hog or what have you. You get the most amount of points for a team win. We want to see team players out here.
Who's number 5?
Number 5 is Suleiman Amoko, 20 years old. He says he's from London. He's currently unattached to a team. And right there on cue, he gets the ball to drop from 3. Number 27, big guy, 6'7", 6'8", 20 years old. He's from Oxford. His name's Joseph Eiffel. Saw him catching some alley-oops earlier. And this guy right in front of us, number 34, I think it is, with the yellow shoes. He was the guy that I saw earlier on that was a fantastic athlete. His name's Dexter Smith. 6'3", he's a wing guy, but he can jump out of the gym. So we'll see what he can get done against the likes of a Carolus. Dexter Smith, a name to watch, potentially, I think.
It was quite pleasant watching Leon Bennett Harris in the last game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I first saw him when he was 12 years old as well, and I haven't seen him for about a year or so.
Destin inside with a tough finish.
He seems to have improved quite dramatically.
Yeah, I mean, the kid, one thing about Leon is it's not a question of his skills. His skill set's always there. I think everybody's now just waiting for him to, get a year or two older, get a bit more experience under his belt, for him really to start performing and making a national name for himself. He's been selected to the All-London team for his age group for 2 years in a row now. So he's been known by a lot of the coaches around the country. But let's see if he can get himself some national acclaim this year.
Do we have any internationals here today, or are they all the way to GB?
Ali Fuller. Yeah. Ali Fuller is GB international. We saw him in the first game. There's a lot of guys here that right on that cusp. But Ali Fuller is definitely one that we know is a part of the GB program. Inside to Dexter Smith. Dexter Smith at 21. Guy can really jump, and you can see he can use his body inside too, but doesn't use the glass on that one, so no cigar. If you word to all the guys that are working at post position, anytime you go into the lane, move away from the finesse and start going to the backboard. It's there for you to use. It allows you to take the contact and still finish strong. Use the glass. Learn from Tim Duncan, the best that ever did it at the 4 spot. in the NBA that glass is your friend. So you go into the lane, use the glass. Unless you're going to dunk it, use the glass. There's Carolus for a contested. Oh, wow. That's Carolus Stepanovic for the contested 3. Nothing but net with Dexter Smith all in his face.
It's difficult because we're commentating on this and we want to encourage good play. And sometimes when somebody takes a shot off the first pass and makes it, technically that's not a good shot, but if it goes in, it's arguable.
It's a hype. It's about percentages again. You know, I think some of these guys come down and make these shots and they'll show their ability. You know, and the key thing is, remember, these guys aren't being coached out here. They're out here playing, so they're going to take shots pretty much that they think they can make. You know, and on that point, I always say, you know, only take shots you can make 8 out of 10 from by yourself. You know, if you can't make at least 80% of them by yourself uncontested, then when you are being contested in the game, you're going to find it pretty difficult to make it. But again, they're playing without a coach out there, so what I guess we're looking at is get an appraisal of their skill set, see what they can do, and imagine what that would be able to translate into if they were being coached. You know, but Carolus is certainly a talent. There's no doubt about that. He can shoot it. He can get to the lane. He plays the passing lanes, and he will contest every single shot. He's just that type of guy. Little bit of everything, a good all-rounder, I think. And here he is with the ball at the moment. He's got fantastic jumping ability as well, as is this guy. I've seen this guy do some crazy dunks in the past. Mantis down the lane, and he knives through the defense like butter. That was just way too easy. I mean, one of the things for me, JG, is that for some of these guys, you know, they'll be thinking, how do I come out here and get my attention? How do I get seen, you know, on the tape? What coach is looking for? And I think one area of the game that a lot of them really seem to miss is defensive intensity. You know, what are your thoughts on that?
I feel with a lot of these guys, especially in the UK right now, there's a shortage of guys who take pride in how they play defense. Albert Marga is one of them. I love Albert's intensity on defense. He really takes it as a challenge every time on the floor, whilst on offense or defense, to go out and work as hard as he can. He's not playing today. He's already qualified. He came through to the men's session afterwards. And I just think that a lot of the guys, they don't see defense as a challenge. They see it as something not to get embarrassed. And I would like to see a lot of them step up and decide that it's part of their game. It's something that they can use as an advantage for themselves, take the ball away from their opponent. And if not take them, then contain them. Because the more you contain someone, the chances are they're liable to start taking bad shots, get frustrated and give you the ball. So, I mean, with a lot of these guys, I think they will. Oh God! Mantis.
There is Mantis.
Doing me off for the game.
Slam dunk right
Kiss
on
from Carolus.
Dexter Smith there, contested. Told you he was a good athlete. Definitely. And I think that was game, actually. What a way to finish it. And that's 4 in a row, I think, for these guys. But yeah, taking up your point on the defense, you know, I really think one of the main areas for these guys to remember is